Love it like all of my gang. Even when we got some change, we can't change. Remain humble, yeah, remain the same.
What's up, you guys? In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved the hairstyle that you guys can see in the thumbnail. So I started on an old twist out. First to get started, I just sprayed my hair with some water/conditioner mixture. And this was just so my hair was a little bit more easier to manage. So here you can see me starting from one ear and working my way towards the middle. And then I do the same thing to the next side. As you can see, I do this part with my hands first. Okay, now that we got that done, we're going to take a comb and straighten out our part. Because we did it with our finger, it's a little bit easier to make a straight part. So, yeah, you guys know how to part already. Just get that done. So after you got in a straight part, you're going to put the top portion of your hair up so you can work with the back. At this point, we're just going to braid this bottom section. The easiest way would have been to do like a beehive sort of braid in the back section, but I did straight backs and one going horizontal across my head. That way I could blend the top of my hair. So yeah, as I said, just braid this bottom section, ideally in a beehive style. However, it's too late for me. I braided it the way I braided it, and you'll see in a second. Any braiding pattern you do decide to do, you don't have to use a comb. It's not that serious. Just go ahead and use your finger to part it, and then you want to make sure it's nice and detangled and just braid it or cane row it or cornrow. How do you guys say it? I feel like I asked you guys this before, but yeah, just braid it. So at this point, if you haven't already, you just want to make sure that you are moisturizing your hair. That way, while it's in this style, it is protected and it actually has moisture in there. It's not dry. Okay, and then boom, we're not looking for anything special here, so don't be surprised that the braids look like crap back there. But that's not the point of this video. I just braided this top section, as I said, going horizontal. They both met in the middle, as you can see there. And yeah. Okay, for the next part, you want to grab your crocheting hair. I chose this macchiato color. And then you get your crochet needle. And yeah, take the hair out the pack. And then we're going to get into this. Take out a small section of the hair. One of the colors, any color. And then go ahead and put the crochet needle through your braid underneath it. You're going to hook your hair in, or put your hair into the hook. And then after, you're going to pull the hook through like you're going to see me do in a second here. When you've pulled it through, you're going to just make sure that only one side comes out. And make sure that it's generally even on both sides. And then you just want to tie it. Typically speaking, this is not usually how I tie my crocheting, but for this hairstyle, this is how I did it. For each one, I tied it about 2 to 3 times. And yeah, just made sure that it was secure. Okay, so I know I didn't show you here in this video how I did it, but side note, I did put those braids up in the back. They're not just dangling in my head. Yeah, so I basically just braided them together and made sure it was a flat base, kind of like you would do under any wig. But yeah. So after completing this process bare times in the back of my head, I am ready to move on to the front portion. So in the front of your hair, you want to make some straight parts to create some cane rows or braids. In this case, I think I used about 8 rows. This one happens to be my last row that I'm showing you guys here. But what you do is you just grab the small pieces of the braiding hair. That way it blends in nicely. And you continue to braid as normal and grab hair along the way. The less amount of hair you grab, the easier it is to blend it into your hair when you're braiding it in. Also, for myself, I like to add in the hair at the 2 end pieces and then just continue to braid it in normal. And yeah, when I reach towards the back is when I start to grab more hair. That way the braids appear nice and full. And throughout this video, ignore my nails. Thank you. They are not like that anymore. So after using the big piece or bigger pieces in the back and we have a more full braid, we're just going to continue to braid all the way down to the ends, regular. As you can see here, at any given time, if you feel like you need to add some more hair and thicken up the braid, go ahead and add that piece into the 2 end parts of your hair to, obviously, as I said before, create that nice full braid. Okay, so when braiding my hair, I like to add a little bit of product to the hair and kind of smooth it in while I braid. That way all the hair is in a uniformed setting, so it's all going in the same direction and it comes out very smooth. So that's what you can see me doing here. As I add in hair, I like to add in the blonde hair. That way I can get the pop of color that I'm looking for in this style. Okay, so after you have braided all the way to the ends of your hair, this is when you get to jazz up the hairstyle a bit. So for myself, I use some beads. So got some dark beads and some light beads, and I put them on the crocheting hook and just hook that onto my hair, as you can see me do here. After hooking it onto my hair, I just pull the beads over the hair. That way the hair gets pulled through the beads. If you understand what I'm saying, you guys know how to bead, hopefully. If not, here it is. Here I'm doing it. Yeah, after you get it through all of them, you're going to take the last one and use the elastic to wrap the hair around that last bead. That way it stays secure and your beads don't drop out. So you can see me here tying the elastic band around the ends and then grabbing those other beads to meet it down there. In the case of weave, you can just cut off, or braiding hair, you can just cut off the end like so. Unlike if you were doing this style with your own hair, you would just make sure you don't have any ends sticking out like that. But there we go. There are your beads. And here is the final style. Give you guys a back and a side view of it. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, if you have any questions or anything, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Love her like all of my gang. Even when we got some change, we can't change. Remain humble, yeah, remain the same.